If you were to ask any boy, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, where do you want to be when you're 25, 30? Where do you want to be? They're going to say, big house, fast car, beautiful wife. That's what they're going to say. Every single one. And slowly, the programming of the Matrix beats this dream out of men. I will tell you a story about me. I don't know, you're probably not old enough, but there was a game called, before Fortnite, before it all existed, the huge game when I was in my late teens, early 20s was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So I used to play that game. And this is the advice. The advice is hang around with people who see things, people who have a good mindset. I was with my brother and I was like, oh, Andrew, I just completed this round. It's 41 kills, 1 death. That's pretty cool. Andrew looks at me from the couch. I swear to God, looks over at me and goes, yeah, Tristian, but it doesn't matter, does it? I don't know, it doesn't matter, does it? And I turned that game off. And I don't think I've ever spent more than 10 minutes playing a video game ever since that day. So hang around better people. You know, if you're wasting your life, if you're wasting your talents, leave that group of friends. Cut low quality people out of your life. And slowly, as you go out into the world and apply yourself at different things that are more useful, you'll probably find out that you're not as useless as you think.
But I do get asked the question by young men a lot. And it's always about making money. You mean you want to get rich. Cool. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, almost no one ever gets rich. The internet will preach all this, oh, your time will come when the universe thinks it's right and all this. No. Most people work their shitty job, live their shitty life, live their shitty old age, and then they die. And most people never ever get rich. They never get to live like Sterling. And that's the reality for most people. So, first of all, understand that and get your ass into gear. Second of all, and my advice is non-advice. If you took 100 people, 100 millionaires at random and put them in this room, and you asked all of them, how do you make $1 million? You're going to get 100 different answers. Elon Musk would say, I invented PayPal, and Jeff Bezos would say, I sold books online. Like, you're not going to get a definitive answer. So what do you think? Not necessarily what do you enjoy. Do what you enjoy, because most of what you enjoy won't get you paid. What do you think you could be good at? Sit and analyze yourself. What do you think you could be good at? Ask yourself that. I don't know you. What are you good at? Think about what you think you could do and answer the question to yourself. I can't tell you. That's my advice. Like, look where money is moving and stand in the way. I know a dude when I was trying to buy a part for my car. He was like, oh, I know someone who's got car parts, will sell it cheaper. He heard I had a problem. He heard I was going to spend money on a car part. He jumps in the middle, probably made himself $1,000. I don't care how much he made. He saved me money. Look where money is moving and get in the middle. That's a good starting position.
I never wanted to be a multimillionaire. Andrew once said to me, famously, Tristian, if we could just find a way to make like 50, 100 pounds a day from home, that would alleviate a lot of our problems. Start small, because as you climb the mountain and you reach where you wanted to reach, you realize that there are new mountains to climb. There are new mountains to climb for me right now. And I'm at a level that a lot of people can't even dream of getting to. But you see it. It opens new doors when you accomplish the goals that you're aiming for. And it opens your eyes to what's possible from there. So don't think I want to be a multimillionaire. Think, okay, I want some financial independence. I want to work 20 hours at the fast food store instead of 40, but supplement my income from home. Okay, I've done that.
Man. Man, most of the time I usually like stop and kind of break down like each scene, but bro, Tate just, man, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. I mean, gosh, Tristian, bro, like I like Andrew Tate, and Tristian's like the more laid back dude, but when he speaks, like you gotta listen because he's saying some real ass shit. He's saying some real ass shit when you was a little boy, when you was just a young jit. You know what I'm saying? And you had an image of yourself when you was 20, when you finna be 25, 30, or even 40. You ain't gonna say, I'm working at fucking Kroger's, driving a fucking Honda. You gonna say some crazy shit like, man, I'm gonna be a fucking astronaut. I mean, I'm gonna be a motherfucking doctor. I mean, I'm gonna have my own business and travel the world to fucking Dubai. Or I'm gonna be in fucking space. You gonna say some absurd, crazy shit that your teacher gonna be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's absurd. That's not normal. You can't do that. Go take these classes and learn how to be a work slave. That's what they gonna say. That's what they gonna do. And they beat you down. The world beats you down every day, day by day. And then you don't know how to manage your time. So you're working 8 hours at your job. You get home, you watch Netflix for 3 hours. Then you might talk on the phone with your girl that's not your girl, who doesn't really like you, but she wants your attention for another 4 hours. And then you rinse and repeat. You ain't hitting the gym. You're not working out. You're not chasing your goals. You're not chasing your dreams. And you just basically just fucking your life off. You fucking your life off, bro. And that's exactly what you're doing. 100%. And another thing, this is so cool, because that's why I like Tristian Tate, man, because he always keep that shit real. Y'all got to figure out what you're good at. And once you figure out what you're good at, then how can you monetize and how can you make money at what you're good at? It doesn't matter if you have a high-paying job and you fucking hate it. It's a difference. If you hate your job, you hate going in, 9 times out of 10, it's only going to get worse. Now, I ain't saying if you got a job and it's bringing you income and that's the only income that you got, don't quit that job. You know what I'm saying? You still got to pay bills. We still got to be grown-ass men here. But in the long run, you're still going to be miserable. Yeah, you're making $100K, $130,000 a year, but you're working your ass off and you fucking hate it. Compared to doing something that you love, you making $80,000 and you're really chilling, you have your own time. Let's be honest. And like he said, there's no wrong or right way to make money. There's no scripted out map. You have trial and error. You got to keep trying different things until something works or until something clicks. You feel me? And I'm going to give y'all an example. I feel like I'm a good entertainer. I feel like I'm a good speaker. I feel like I can get my point across and motivate people and even make people laugh sometimes. And that's my talent. And it took me a while to realize that this is my shit. Y'all got to ask yourselves the same question. No cap. Get to it. You only get one life, man. Don't fuck it up, man. Don't fuck it up.
Now I have more free time. Where do I go from here? I've reached that mountain. I've seen what's possible and aimed higher. That's it. So don't think how am I going to become a multimillionaire. Think of your short-term goals. Mm-hmm. Make sure your mother works less. Buy yourself some nicer clothes, live in a better apartment, and think of how you can make those things happen. And as you go up in value as a man, you'll learn a lot about yourself, and from then you could tackle bigger goals.
Correct.
Stop wasting your time. So I was 17, I was working at a fast food restaurant making sandwiches. Now, the internet didn't really exist as such, but looking back on it, it was part of my journey. And I regret nothing because I ended up where I am. So would I even go back and tell myself anything, is the question. If I had to, it would be to not burn so much of my time. Let's talk to the 17-year-olds who are listening. Do you finish your job, come home, play video games, etc.? That's what I used to do when I was 17 a little bit. What I didn't do is come home and think, okay, let's work on something new. Let's try and build something. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's start creating content instead of consuming content.
Correct.
I'd tell myself to be a little bit more proactive with my free time and not fuck around so much.
And being a gentleman is very, very important. There doesn't have to be a winner. When you're going on a date with a woman and you're looking to sleep with her and she's looking to have a good time, you could both go home happy. Right. You really can. You don't have to feel like you defeated her somehow or you tricked her somehow, and she doesn't need to feel like she used you somehow. Right. You can have a wonderful evening. You're nice to her. You open the car doors. You buy her a bouquet of flowers. You have dinner. You make love. You go home. She's happy. You're happy. It's down to you. It's personal accountability.
Great.
And that's what a lot of guys want to throw out the window these days. It's like failing in every business you've ever attempted and failing to make money, and then blaming capitalism, or failing in every boxing match or every American football game and NFL game you've ever played and blaming the referees or blaming the rules. No, it's personal accountability and it's personal responsibility. So I think a lot of these guys need to really, really look in the mirror, as I do. And sometimes I look at myself and think, Tristian, okay, you're a little out of shape. Tristian, okay, you've been sleeping too much, you've been partying too hard, you got bags under your eyes, you're letting yourself go a bit, and you have to keep yourself in check. You have to stay at the very top, and if you don't stay at your very top, you're not competitive anymore. Every single species on the whole planet is exactly the same. Every single female of every single species looks at the most competitive males and thinks, those are the ones I want to have my children. And women, human women, are exactly the same. So if you're not having the success with women that you want, don't go out there trying to blame women and don't go out there trying to change women. And what people don't want to hear is that to become Tristian Tate was a slow process of hard work that took me 15 years.
And I'm still working on myself. I think the Tristian Tate in 3 or 4 years is going to be a much better version of who I am now.
Man. 15 years, y'all. 15. And I'm not sure how old Tristian Tate is. I know Andrew's in his 30. He's in his 30s, so that means Tristan's probably like 34, 35, something like that. I know he's a little older than Andrew Tate. But 15 years. And he's a multi-millionaire. You feel me? So stop rushing shit. If you in your 20s, stop rushing shit, bro. You gotta stop rushing shit. You gotta stop doing that shit, bro. Set your short-term goals and then build off of it. You know what I'm saying? One step at a time. Because when you rushing shit, you feel like you just not doing well. You feel like you behind. You feel like you can't catch up. When in reality, ain't nobody really doing better than you. Yeah, they might make a little bit more money than you. Yeah, they might have a nice car. Yeah, they might have this, they might have that. But at the end of the day, if you clocking in for somebody and you have a boss telling you what you have to do, and if not, we're going to find someone else to replace you, we all in the same boat, my nigga. We all in the same boat, and you got to hold yourself accountable. I remember making YouTube videos on Call of Duty, and I kind of hopped on the wave a little too late. But if I can go back in time and tell myself one thing, like he said, if I could tell myself one thing, it would be to be consistent, because I'm not consistent. And I was at work today and just thinking in my head, like, damn, what is it that what skills am I missing? And it's being consistent. And I know that, and I have to address that. And it's not going to change overnight. It's not going to change just rapidly, because it's who I am. I'm really good at talking on the camera and speaking to people, but can I do it consistently? Can I do this day in and day out? Can I remain consistent on the path to greatness? That's what I have to ask myself. And you need to figure out, what is it that you need to do in order to get there? What do you need to do? Because it's not going to come overnight. It never comes overnight. And if it does come overnight, it's going to be even harder to maintain. Y'all got to get on y'all shit and hold yourself accountable. Because another thing, you can't be blaming females that they don't want you when you're not even giving off the characteristics of a man. You can't make eye contact. You walk with your shoulders slouched. You don't speak clearly. You don't have no aggressive nature. If somebody was to fucking kick in your girlfriend's door and say, get on the ground, would you defend her? Or would you just scream like her? These are all things that you got to get right, my nigga. No cap. Get right.
Right. And what a lot of people want to do is, blame their circumstances. But they don't understand that. I mean, height aside, you could change every circumstance about you. You could change how handsome you are. You could change how fit you are, how strong you are, how rich you are, how smart you are.
I am very fortunate. I don't know what loneliness feels like. And that's something that most men can't say. And it's why me and my brother, when we understood through meeting very good friends of ours who were married for 10 years, felt alone. Ex-military guys who felt that sense of brotherhood and loyalty and companionship in the army, or on their sports team, their college baseball team, their fraternity, their football team, and they lose it. Those are the guys who opened my eyes to how special the relationship I have with my brother is. And that's what I try to tell the world as well. I don't know what loneliness feels like. I was born in a very underprivileged family. I grew up absolutely broke. I didn't have the best, I wasn't dealt the best hand, but there was always an ace up my sleeve. So I don't know what that feels like. I've always had companionship. I've always had someone who had my back, someone to fight with me, someone to work with me in terms of my brother. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the journey to the top for me necessarily was lonely. But let me tell the young men out there, you need to be able to identify low quality friends and cut them off, and curate the people around you into a group of winners, a group of men who want to go out there and achieve the same things as you. And the journey to the top not only won't be lonely, but it will be far easier.
Man, that boy, man. Tristian Tate, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. What can I say, man? cutting out low quality friends, cutting out people who actually do not help you whatsoever is probably the biggest thing that's probably like on my list. And not even on my list, that I just kind of understood. Like, you got people who sit on their ass all day and they comfortable. They don't mind waking up, going to a shit job. They don't mind not doing shit. They don't mind if they even elevate in life because they comfortable. That's where they want to be. They feel safe right there. It takes nuts to get uncomfortable. It takes nuts to take the risk. It really does. Even picking up this camera and talking into a microphone and speaking of random strangers, really thousands of random strangers, and speaking my mind to y'all. Even if I fuck up, even if I say certain words wrong, or if I have a little hiccup here now and then, I mean, that takes guts, my nigga. All this shit takes guts. Nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? And what Tristian said, I never really felt lonely because I had my brother. I'm in the same boat. You feel me? Me and my little brother, we been together for forever. You know what I'm saying? That's my little bro. That's my little nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything for my little brother. No cap. And the same thing with my niggas. You feel me? I only got a few friends. Let's be real. And the friends that I consider friends really like brothers to me now. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that push me. They the ones that I know I can call and they gonna keep it real. Like, yeah, bro, you doing good. Or like, hey, bro, that shit wasn't it. Fix it. Or, hey, bro, you wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? I love you, but you wrong for that. Or congratulations, keep going. That's what you need. You need a real support team. You need some real niggas who gonna ride for you. Because if you elevate in life and you got nothing but cowards around you, man, your empire gonna crumble. Your empire gonna fold up. There's some niggas out here that want your spot. It's the same thing. I want a motherfucker that's gonna ride for me. You don't want no lame ass niggas to where a motherfucker press you, motherfuckers get up on you, and they ain't gonna jump in the fight. They gonna let you get stomped out. Fuck that. You gotta make sure everybody around you is solid, and you gotta be solid yourself. It may take time. It may take time to get your weight up. It may take time to lose weight. It may take time to get more money, but you can do it. You can do it. We all human. We all breathe. We all bleed. We all are human. You feel me? Now, some people might be born more privileged than others. Who gives a fuck? You still can make it happen. Hey, man, it's your boy, the Real RX. I'm gone. I'm out. Y'all stay tuned.